Tattoo design. Where to find tattoo designs? If you cannot find the design you want from among those you see in the tattoo parlors, what are you supposed to do? You do not want a custom design, but you want something that is unique and different from the designs you have seen. It can be frustrating, especially if you do not know exactly what you want. You cannot define what you want, but you know you will recognize it when you see it. Is there an easier way to find tattoo designs than going from shop to shop, hoping that something will call out to you? Thanks to the internet, you can look through thousands of different tattoo designs and find the one that appeals to you. You will find everything from animals to even logos from various family sects, such as the Celts, Scots, and others. You will also find many other common organizations featured. And the designs are online. You can take as long as you want to look through everything available before you locate the design that appeals to you the most. You will find many different sites that have tattoo designs available, which gives you a wider selection from which to choose than by going to the tattoo shops and looking around. For the most part, the shops are only going to offer those designs most commonly requested, so their selection is more limited than what you can find online. Once you find the design you want, how do you obtain that design in order to take it to a tattoo artist? In most cases, you can print the design you want from your home computer and take it with you to the tattoo artist. There is no guarantee which tattoo artist will be able to provide the tattoo design you want, but at least you know what you want, and you only need to find the artist that can do what you want. Make sure you choose someone who is experienced so that your design will come out the way you want it, or you may find yourself struggling with the results because it does not look like it did in the picture. You have to allow some leeway when you are asking for something that is different from what the tattoo shop normally does, but there is no reason you should not still receive high-quality work. Important tips about becoming a tattoo artist. Just because you are a good artist does not necessarily mean you will make a good tattoo artist. There is a big difference between creating a picture on paper or canvas and doing it on someone's skin. For one thing, you have to be careful and make certain the tools you use are clean and sterile in order to prevent your customer from developing an infection. Whether you open your own tattoo parlor or go to work for someone else, you must be certain to protect your own reputation. If the tools you are using are not sterile, do not use them even if it means losing your job. It is better to lose your job than be sued because someone developed an infection. Not all of the tattoos you will provide will be from the drawings your shop has available. Sometimes customers will want custom designs, but until you have enough experience to know you can do what the customer wants, do not attempt it. You can ask another tattoo artist in your shop to do it and refer the customer to another shop you know does custom designs. The skin on a customer's body is not the place to practice your art skills, and although custom designs are all likely to be something you have not attempted, they should at least be similar to something you have already done before you attempt to do that tattoo. Your customer is paying a good price for your services, so if you are not sure you can do what they want, be honest and let him or her know that. The most important part of your services as a tattoo artist, beside your artistic ability, is that of making sure you provide a sterile environment for your customers. Everything you use in your artwork should be clean and sterile, disposable whenever possible, so there is little risk of anyone getting an infection. You have to be willing to stand behind your work if you should make an error, and always make sure your customers know how to take care of a new tattoo. The more efficient and customer-oriented you are, the more likely you are to remain in business, because customers will refer their friends. Even if you work for someone else, you will help maintain a constant flow of new customers when you treat each one uniquely and professionally. Angel tattoo designs for anyone. Angel tattoo designs are a good option for many individuals. There are various messages that can convey through this type of tattoo. There is no doubt you need to ensure this is the right tattoo for you prior to choosing it. Some things to consider include choosing a tattoo that offers a special symbolic for you or choosing a tattoo that has been custom designed just for you. You will find many great examples of angel tattoos available online. Use them as a way to jumpstart your search for the right tattoo. Here are some additional items to keep in mind. When you are considering an angel tattoo design, one of the first things to consider is the meaning behind it. Are you using an angel to represent a lost child? Perhaps an angel is being in use to help you to keep your faith strong. You may choose a tattoo that is an angel of a dark sort, which is not at all as religious as others are. These are just some of the many reasons to choose an angel for your tattoo. What is important is to know why this is the right tattoo design. That way, you can help your tattoo artist help you to capture the right spirit or image for your tattoo. Another consideration with angel tattoos is coloring. Many of these tattoos have long, flowing gowns, and they often have a light, almost magical appearance to them. Some will provide you with a much more elaborate color scheme than others. It is important to remember here that not all angel pictures can turn into exact replicas for tattoos. You may need to give a little in the detailing and often in the color, too. This is really up to the tattoo artist. Take your proposed design to them and let them help you to construct a tattoo image that is in the colors that you like. That is possible to do well with tattooing. It is not always something that has to be limiting, though. When it comes to selecting an angel tattoo, there are many great examples available online. Most tattoo parlors and artists will have a good number of options to choose from, too. It is up to you to choose the most acceptable tattoo design, one that really speaks to your goal with the tattoo. Are you hoping for a great tattoo? Then, take time to choose wisely with angels. Choosing the right tattoo design. When you are preparing to get your first tattoo, the design is of great importance. You will probably spend a great deal of time making your decision, so instead of taking up extra time at the tattoo parlor, spend some time browsing the internet and even going to the tattoo parlor to find out what kinds of tattoo designs they offer. If you spend the time before you actually go to get your tattoo, you will spend less time and feel less nervous about having it done. Let us face it, even if you are a macho male, you are going to be nervous about getting your first tattoo. Do not feel childish if you become nervous about getting your first tattoo. You may not be nervous about the tattoo as much as you are about wondering if you are choosing the right one, or if it is going to look right when it is finished. There are many different reasons why you might experience some apprehension, and not all of them relate to any kind of fear. In fact, for most people, it is not fear of getting the tattoo, but concern over choosing the right design and the place where it will look best. The other thing that concerns people getting a first tattoo is whether they will have a problem at work or choosing an inconspicuous spot so that no one at work can see it. Today, more women are choosing to have tattoos, and though many people do not agree with this, it is a personal choice. The one thing that women need to consider, however, is that many employers are more likely to accept a male with a tattoo than a female. Therefore, do not develop the attitude that you have a right to do what you want to your body, because the employer also has the right not to hire you or keep you on the payroll. There are some rules by which we must abide, and that includes wearing tattoos to work. For women, choosing a tattoo design that does not show is an alternative, and that includes the inclination to have a rose tattooed on your ankle. It may sound small and dainty, but if your employer has a rule against tattoos being visible in the workplace, You will put yourself in a position where you will always have to wear pants or ankle-length skirts and dresses. Customized tattoo designs. If you are an artist or know someone who is you might be interested in creating your own tattoo designs. Although not all tattoo parlors have tattoo artists that are capable of working with custom designs, if you look around you will find one. You want to make sure you choose someone who is experienced and has worked with the type of tattoo design in which you are interested. Since you have a custom design, you are not going to find someone who had drawn that exact design, but you do want to find someone who has plenty of experience and has worked with something similar to your creation. Even with a custom design, you have to be cognizant of rules that may be in effect at your place of employment. Although it is more of a problem for women than men, you still have to be careful where you place your tattoo. It may seem fine to put it on your forearm, but what happens in the summer when you want to wear short sleeves? The same holds true for the lower leg. It means if your employer allows casual dress that you will be unable to wear shorts. Even some occupations that have shorts as a summer uniform do not allow the display of tattoos. Though many may consider it unfair, one has to remember that you have to project a good image for the company, a professional image, and no tattoo actually looks professional no matter how small or dainty it may be. If you have a small customized tattoo you want to have done, is there a way to avoid problems at work? You want to look at the type of clothing you wear to work and choose accordingly. Probably the shoulder or the lower back are the safest places, since in the majority of cases, those areas will always be covered. The upper thigh is also a possibility, since even if you have casual days at work and can wear shorts, you are not customarily allowed to wear shorts that do not cover most of the thigh areas. Make your customized tattoo something that is small enough to hide under clothing, and unless you are a male working in construction where it is common, choose something that is non-offensive. In other words, stay away from aliens, snakes, and other tattoo designs that might be offensive if others see your tattoo designs. Design consultations for tattoos. Once you have decided that it is time to get a tattoo, there are several things to keep in mind. The first is the design of the tattoo. People often are unsure of what type of tattoo to get. Things like Mickey Mouse or a heart with an Old Flames name on them can really cause a problem later in life, especially if you no longer enjoy those topics. Many individuals do not want to choose just anything, though. They want to be part of the process of creating this piece of art that will adorn their body for years to come. This is why you will want to set up a design consultation with a tattoo artist prior to going in for the appointment. Most tattoo artists will be happy to work with you to create the right type of tattoo for your lifestyle, interests, or for the particular occasion. Most people only get 1 to 3 tattoos in their lifetime, so each one has to be special. The design consultation allows that to happen. First, scope out a tattoo parlor you are happy to use. It should be clean and friendly. There is no need to go to a seedy location that is dirty. In fact, it can be troublesome for your health to do so. Once you have found the right tattoo parlor, look for an artist that you like and one that has time to work with you. The next step is simply to get the process started. They will talk with you about your ideas. What do you see your tattoo looking like? What colors do you like? What theme should it have? If the tattoo will be symbolic of a special event that happened in your life, let the tattoo artist know that. They will work with you to understand not only the picture, but also the feelings behind the tattoo. Sometimes, this can make the most difference to individuals in the final piece of art. A design consultation usually ends with the tattoo artist going to work on your design. This process takes some time. The overall goal is to provide you with a mock-up in all the details you would like, down to the color. Once the artist completes the design process, they will need to come back to you for approval. Then it is time to schedule a time for the tattoo to be applied. Finding the right tattoo artist. It is important to choose a tattoo artist that makes you feel comfortable. No matter how many tattoos you have, you still want to make sure each one is just as good as the one you had before. Even if you are not always displaying your tattoos, you still want them to be something you are proud to show your friends. In order to assure an excellent design, you want to take your time and choose a tattoo artist that has experience, well-trained, and are willing to work with you to make sure you are happy with your tattoo design. One of the best ways to find the right tattoo artist is to ask for recommendations from your friends and relatives who have tattoos. This profession relies upon excellent service, and any mistakes can cause pain and infection for the customer. For that reason, you do not want to choose someone based upon his or her price, although there is nothing wrong with choosing the lowest price. The first thing you want to do, however, is find out the location several tattoo artists. If you have recommendations from friends or relatives, it is easier to ask to see the work than asking a total stranger. The choice you make will be essential in your complete satisfaction in your finished product. One of the most important things you want to find out is the safety of the procedure. The tattoo artist you choose should be one who is meticulous about using sterile needles and equipment. You do not want to have a tattoo that is going to cause an infection because the tattoo artist did not use sterile equipment. If infection sets in, there is a possibility it could affect the look of your tattoo and maybe even force you to have it removed, so you can start all over again. Since removing a tattoo is more difficult than doing it initially, it will be rather expensive to do. However, if the shop is reputable and they made the mistake, they should be willing to do whatever is necessary to remove the original tattoo without any cost to you. Taking the time to choose a tattoo artist will save you time, money, and pain, because you will only have to do the procedure once. It is better to do it right the first time. A good reason for take time to find a good tattoo artist. Finding an apprenticeship to become a tattoo artist. Many tattoo artists become professionals by working through an apprenticeship. This is not a formal education in a school setting. Rather, the individual will work with an established, professional tattoo artist hand in hand. You are not necessarily going to find many apprenticeship opportunities available. Since each artist is different, you may find several that are not willing to offer this type of education for one reason or another. Also, keep in mind that this is a limited trade. If an experienced professional does not want additional local competition to him, he may be unwilling to teach anyone his trade. Still, most professionals are willing to work with you regarding an apprenticeship. They are willing to teach their skills and the trade to someone who they determine is worthy of learning the art form. How will you learn how to be a tattoo artist? It takes a good deal of patience and hard work to show to a professional that you have what it takes. Tips for making it happen. How can you get an apprenticeship? Here are some tips to help you to accomplish just that. 1. Put together a professional-looking portfolio of your artwork. You want them to see the range of your capabilities. If you are very limited in what you design, this is less appealing since tattoo artists need to meet the demand of the customer base. 2. Visit with several local artists. Talk with them about their trade. Most are very open and are willing to share with you knowledge of what they do, how they learned, and the process itself. Do not be overbearing or overwhelming to them. Talking with several professionals will enable you to gather more information and find the one artist willing to work with you. 3. Be receptive and interested. It is important to show the professional that you have what it takes before you ask them about an apprenticeship. Are you reliable? Are you a fast learner, or will they have to tell you something 3 times before you get it? Be honest and upfront. Ask questions and learn from watching. These are just a few of the qualities you will need to show to a professional tattoo artist to ensure they are willing to work with you. Apprenticeships are one of the best ways to learn this art form. They are not for everyone, but for those they work for, they are ideal. Getting to know your tattoo artist. It is a good idea to learn to know your tattoo artist even before you have any tattoo designs. You can talk to him and find out how he works, the kind of experience 3E he has, and whether he guarantees his work. Another reason to talk to your tattoo artist before you let him give you a tattoo is to develop a rapport and discover whether you feel he is being honest about his experience and expertise. You can only talk to a person a certain period before any fabrications will come to the surface, and these are the kinds of things to discover during your discussion. Another thing you want to do is, once you have assessed a tattoo artist and he has done a tattoo for you, you want to stay with that artist. Sometimes it is very difficult to find just the right tattoo artist. So when you find someone who does good work, it does not make good sense to look for anyone else. If you use someone different every time you want a new tattoo, you run the risk of finding someone who is not quite as creative or efficient. Thus, you will not be happy with subsequent tattoos. You do not change doctors every time you get sick or need a physical, nor should you go to a different tattoo artist every time you want a new tattoo. Be very selective when you choose a tattoo artist. Choose him as carefully as you choose your family doctor. In one way, you might look upon getting a tattoo as a minor medical procedure of sorts, since it requires the use of needles in order to perform the process. For that reason alone, you need to have confidence in your tattoo artist. If you don't have that confidence, you may want to look toward choosing someone else. The choice you make will have a lasting effect on the relationship with a tattoo artist and your pleasure or disdain in the finished product. An unhappy tattoo customer is not one that will come back, nor will he or she recommend the services of that shop to anyone else. The tattoo artist wants to avoid unhappy customers because he knows word of mouth is the best advertising. And if he has happy customers, they will recommend him to his friends and relatives. Getting tattoos done at a tattoo school. Those who are looking for a tattoo may want to consider the benefits of a tattoo school. These schools are available throughout most of the country, especially in larger cities. They are, as they sound, schools where students go to learn how to do tattoos, tattoo designs, and various other applications. They are also a place to go if you are looking for an inexpensive tattoo design to etch into your skin. There are several things you have to keep in mind, though, when choosing such schools for your tattoo. What are schools? To locate a school like this in your area, simply look for tattoo schools or tattoo training. Contact the school directly to ask them if they provide tattoos to the public. Many of them do, because this provides the students in the class with the practice they need to learn the trade. You may need to visit during specific hours, and some types of tattoo designs, especially those that are quite complex, are not likely to be available. There are also several things to keep in mind when looking for these schools. Choose a school that offers some type of guarantee of sanitary conditions and overall healthily application methods. For example, is the technician under monitoring to ensure they are applying the tattoo properly? Ask for a design to be customized for you. It may take a bit longer, but having a talented new student create a design for you can be one of the best ways to get a fresh look. Realize that most of these facilities do not provide you with a guarantee of quality. They may offer to have you some in and fix the tattoo if there are mistakes on it, but they cannot guarantee that the quality will be that of a professional staff. Ask for a more experienced professional, a student who has been in the educational curriculum long enough to have more than a basic education in the process. Ask questions and monitor progress. While you want to trust them to go a good job, you also need to keep in mind they are students. Tattoo schools can be a great place to go for you to obtain regular additions to tattoos, or a place to go for an inexpensive application. Be sure to follow up and ask questions of the staff and the student when going this route. Of course, heart tattoo designs. Your heart is broken for the loss of a loved one. You have gotten married, and you want to commemorate the moment. These are just a few of the reasons you may consider a heart for your next tattoo. Hearts are actually one of the most common types of tattoos. People use the symbol of a heart to speak about love, loyalty, and just passion. They may use the traditional heart shape or an actual beating heart shape instead. If you are considering this tattoo design, keep in mind that you do not have to go with something overdone or boring. You can be as creative and as unique as you would like to. Heart tattoos have been in use for many years. Their original uses date back to the early 1900s. One of the iconic images of these early years is to see men, especially those leaving for the Navy, with a red, round heart with the word mom in the middle of it. Later, these would be replaced with pierced hearts with arrows going through them, marking the falling in love of someone very special. In World War II, it was quite common for men to have heart tattoos put in place on their upper shoulders to let the world know just who they were fighting for, generally a fiancé or a new bride. There are many different types of heart tattoos to choose from. You may want to consider all of them prior to making one decision. For example, you may wish to choose a sacred heart, a heart tattoo, which is specifically symbolic to Jesus. A broken heart is another common option. Here, talking about the lost love an individual feels during a major breakup. A locked heart is a common choice, as is a pierced heart. As mentioned, you may want to choose an anatomically correct design, one that looks like the heart found within the body. You may want to choose a Celtic heart, one that talks about a heritage or passion for a specific culture. Heart tattoos are a good option for many people. They speak of love and of hatred, of loss and of passion. Choose a heart tattoo that has a design specifically for you, or customize one that is already available with a loved one's name. There are many ways to show your love, and a heart tattoo is a great way to show it for the long term. How to be a successful tattoo artist. Aside from your education and successful completion of the apprenticeship program, other things will make you a successful tattoo artist. Being successful is more than just making sure you know everything there is to know about your trade. It goes beyond how many customers come through your door every day. It even goes beyond how much money you take in doing tattoos. The reason we say it goes beyond all of this is that you must combine everything together in order to become and remain successful. The last part of the sentence is the important part: to remain successful. Many people can become successful, but if you do not do the right things, you will not remain successful, and all of your efforts will have been in vain. Like any other profession, retention of success depends upon good customer service. Yes, there is customer service involved even in a tattoo business. There is no business in operation that does not require customer service, even if it is no more than taking your money for the services rendered or the products purchased. You have to be able to answer questions for your customers and pay attention to them. Being chatty with someone else when you are supposed to be taking care of your customer is not good customer service and will cause you to lose your database of customers. A customer wants to feel he or she is the most important person in the room. So if you are not paying attention to your customer, you are doing them a disservice. You also have to remain competitive in your pricing. If you charge more than other tattoo artists, you are not going to achieve success unless you can prove to your customers that you charge more because you give more. Customers do not mind paying a higher price if they know you are giving them more for their money than other tattoo artists are. They do not want to pay more money for the same exact services with no added quality or other amenities. The old saying, "You get what you pay for," is true even in the tattoo business. So if you want to retain your success, you need to be better than others in your field and be willing to be just a little farther to make your customers want to come to you for their tattoos. How to become a tattoo artist? Becoming a tattoo artist is not as simple as taking some art classes and you are ready to start drawing tattoos on people. It is more involved than that. If you want to become successful, although you must have artistic talent in order to begin thinking about becoming a tattoo artist. If you cannot draw, you certainly are not going to make it in the world of tattoo creating and designing. It is not a matter of just tracing a picture and filling in the color. You have to draw the entire picture. And sometimes the designs are very intricate with details. You cannot become a tattoo artist simply by going to art school, although that is certainly an excellent beginning point. You certainly need extensive training in an art class in order to think of becoming a successful tattoo artist. You must practice, practice, and practice before you will even be ready to look into the feasibility of becoming a tattoo artist. Once you are completely proficient on paper, you are ready for the next step toward becoming a tattoo artist. The process is not a short one by any means, but it is important for you to know everything necessary before you start placing tattoos on customers. Many people simply buy a kit and begin practicing on their friends. Because of the permanency of a tattoo, this is the worst thing to do. What you want to do when you are fully skilled at drawing on paper is work as an apprentice with an experienced tattoo artist. This will provide you the skills you need to begin work as a tattoo artist. By working with someone else, you will be able to develop the fine art skills you need and learn how to perform some of the most intricate tattoo designs before you work on any customers yourself. You need to work and experience as an apprentice before you can begin to consider working on your own. Although some apprenticeship programs are free, many will cost you thousands of dollars. If you want to be a successful tattoo artist, the apprenticeship is important so that you can gain the experience you need before working on your own. Success depends upon knowing all of the common designs, as well as how to work with the colors and needles. It is not an easy profession to master. How to choose a tattoo artist to learn from. A decision to become a tattoo artist is a big one, and it should not occur lightly. In addition, you should never make a decision over which tattoo artist to work with too quickly. To learn this trade, you need to invest some time in coming up with the best educational path. Who do you want to teach you? Why do you think they are the best person to learn? Making a decision like this should occur only after talking with several tattoo professionals. This way, you know you are making the best choice for your future tattooing. Choose based on skill. While you may want to work with your friend down the street, think twice about this. Rather, learn from someone that has a proven skill that you admire. Do people respect his or her opinion and viewpoint? Is the work he or she does professional quality, clear and crisp? These things matter greatly not only to you, but also to those who will come to you later to have a tattoo put on. The fact is, you will learn from what this professional teaches you, and it is likely you will have similar skills to the person you learned from. For this reason, pick someone with proven taken and skill. Be careful learning from friends. Many individuals decide to apprentice with someone they are friends with. The reason for doing so is quite simple. It looks like fun. Yet, it is important to keep a professional and respectful relationship between you and the person teaching you this art. Ultimately, you need to learn very specific and detailed rules on tattooing. Doing anything less will only compromise the skill that you acquire from the tattoo artist. Keep in mind that friends can give you pointers, but for training and an apprenticeship, work with someone you look up to. As you can see, there is a lot to consider when determining who to work with to become a tattoo artist. Not all tattoo artists are willing to provide instruction either. Rather than trying to convince someone to, instead find a willing teacher, one that is willing to provide you with a depth of knowledge. Like any other artist, the best way to learn their skill is to spend time with them, watching them and learning as you go. Ultimately, the person you choose will define the success of your career. How to choose the best tattoo design. Part of making a decision to have a tattoo is choosing the best design possible. There are no limits to what a tattoo can offer to you. They can be bold and make a loud statement. They can be alluring and much more subdued. They can be over the top or sentimental. The choice is yours, but be careful when making it. Ultimately, you will live with this tattoo design for some time in coming. Therefore, you want only the very best option to be what you actually have done. One of the first things to consider about a tattoo design is how well the image fits your personality. Tattoos are usually to be symbolic of who you are and what has defined you. Therefore, you should consider designs that do well to represent your personality as much as possible. What qualities about your personality are you most interested in sharing with the world? This will make a significant difference in the long term in terms of how well the tattoo represents you. Prior to agreeing to any tattoo design, be sure there has been a sketch of the tattoo that you have approved. That final sketch you approve should also be in color. Do you like the color scheme? And is there any color you want to change out? This will ensure the design has the composition you want. You would not want to look in the mirror and see a design that you hate the color of. Yet another consideration for choosing the best tattoo is to invest in a tattoo for the right reasons. Your friend may have a great tattoo that you would like to have. However, does that tattoo have a deep meaning for you? If not, look for another design. Avoid choosing tattoos because of their fashion trend meaning, and instead look at them for what they actually mean to you at a much deeper level. That way, you will appreciate it and be proud of it years from now, just as you are now. Picking the right tattoo is not something to do in a few seconds. Instead, talk with your tattoo artist and get an idea of what they think is right for you. You may also want to consider several designs over a period. Take the time to choose the best tattoo so that you are happy with it 10 years from now. Where to learn to be a tattoo artist. You have seen the television shows and you are inspired. You want to become a tattoo artist. Where can you go and what do you need to learn? While it may look very simple and it may seem like something that can be learned quickly, this is rarely the case. The process of tattoo requires a deep understanding of the process and of the body's composition. The combined efforts of professionals teaching you will allow a budding tattoo artist to gain valuable skills. Tattooing for fun is not an option. There are rules to follow. This is a strict profession with many concerns and obligations. Many people believe that tattooing is a form of art. For this reason, people need to study this art form to develop their own abilities with it. There are rules in place to help you to make wise decisions so you conclude you are hoping for. If you fail to follow these rules, which you will learn in a tattoo school, may cause you to deliver a poor quality piece of artwork to the client that will last them a long time. If you still want to learn to tattoo, there are several things to keep in mind. First, determine if there is a local tattoo artist willing to offer you an apprenticeship. Generally, these are not paid gigs, but but opportunities for you to learn the art of tattooing. At first, you will learn by watching them and learning from their teachings. Later, you will practice using the machinery and the tools of the professional. Eventually, you will move on to creating your own tattoo designs and then doing tattoos for individuals. There are also varieties of tattoo schools that are available. These schools are available in larger cities. They are not necessarily located in a college setting, but they are often trade schools. Most education can be complete within a year of training, especially if you go to school full-time. Most people will complete their tattoo education within a few months. Where to go to tattoo school can be confusing. The best bet is to compare several of your options and then choose which schooling option is right for you. In particular, you want to consider who your teacher is and what type of tattooing they do. After all, most people want to learn from a professional first. Popular tattoos for women. Women, like men, can select from any number of tattoo designs. There is no hard rule as to what they can have or what they cannot. Picking a tattoo is very much a personal decision. Some of the tattoos listed here may not be appropriate for you. Others may give you inspiration and really speak to who you are. You should always choose a tattoo that is about who you are. Yet, these are some of the most popular tattoos for women today. Choose a tattoo you've seen on a star. Many people do spend a considerable amount of time looking at other people's tattoos prior to choosing their own. The stars are a good place to start if you are looking for tattoos that are unique and special. Popular stars for women tattoos include Britney Spears, Angelina Jolie, Beyonce Knowles, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and many others. A very popular one is an Anna Kournikova tattoo. Of course, you should only choose tattoos like this if you are very happy about the design and inspiration they provide. They should still speak to you personally. Popular themes. Some themes really come through for women. These tattoos may speak mountains about the things you love and those aspects of your life that are most dear to you. On the other hand, they may just be symbols you love. Some popular options include butterflies and fairies, flowers, dragonflies, and others. It does not have to be just this feminine, though. Rather, you may want to choose things like dragons, snakes, and skulls instead. The choices you have are very endless. If you are unable to come up with an image that really speaks to you, consider a tattoo that is designed for you. Schedule a meeting with a tattoo artist and have them talk to you about your likes and dislikes. Find out what it is that really speaks to who you are. Are you loyal? Are you hurting from a past loss? These are all tools that can be in use to help you to determine the best tattoo for you. Popular tattoos for women also include names and messages. They can include job descriptions. They may even include a lost love's name. You may want to consider a tattoo that offers a unique prayer for a lost loved one. There are many design options out there. The trick is choosing just one to start to choose. Preliminary requirements for a tattoo artist. Although there is no actual school or exact education requirements for becoming a tattoo artist, some things you need to do before you can begin to think about working in the field. One of the first things you need to consider is whether you have the talent for drawing. If you do not have any talent for art, you will not make it as a tattoo artist. How are you going to draw on the skin of people if you cannot even create a decent picture on a piece of paper? It is essential for a good tattoo artist to be a good artist on paper or canvas. If you want to be a tattoo artist, you may want to first invest in some art classes in order to improve your fine and creative art skills. You will be called upon to create many different types of artistic pictures and images, so you have to make sure you know how to create and color perfect visual images. Keep in mind that there will be times you will have to create pictures that are custom in nature, and your artistic training will show you how to create images from a description or from the drawing of another person. The more you practice creating visual images on paper or canvas, the easier it will be for you to apply the same principles to performing tattoo work. Following your art instruction, you will enter into an apprenticeship program. This will involve working with another more experienced tattoo artist and may range from a free service to one that will cost thousands of dollars. You will work side by another artist and learn how he conducts his daily routine and just what is involved when you do a tattoo on someone. It is important to learn everything from how to do the drawing to keeping your equipment sterile. You will also learn how to assist your customers with taking care of their tattoo at home during the healing period. All of this is essential and makes your relationship with your customers more comfortable. If they feel they can trust you to do a good job and provide good advice, they will continue to come back when they are ready for another tattoo. Your completion of the apprenticeship program will help make you a successful tattoo artist. Skull tattoo designs aren't new. Skull tattoos are actually one of the more common tattoos that tattoo artists design today. While many people feel that today's designs are unique and inspirational, it is important to note that they may actually be choosing one of the oldest forms of tattoos. Skulls have various meanings and have been in use for years as tattoos. If you are considering them, keep in mind the large number of options that you have. The good news is there are many tattoo artists who are happy to design tattoos for you in this skull pattern. What do they mean? Perhaps you are unsure if a skull is the right way to show your thoughts and feelings. Just what do these skulls mean? There are many ways to interpret a skull tattoo, and of course, it is up to the individual sporting the tattoo to define its meaning. The oldest tattoos were in fact signs of rebellion. Individuals who wanted to stand out as someone going against the popular way of life or the popular opinion often used them. This has changed considerably. For example, if you think of a tarot deck, you will find the skull located on the death card. This card is actually not to mean death, but rather change. In addition, you may hear about the skull as an image of memento mori, which is Latin for the phrase, "Remember you must die." This may seem very disheartening, but it can be a great tool to bring you down. What options are there? There is a wide range of skull design tattoos. You really will not be limited by style here. You can make it look as cryptic as you would like, or as positive and even laughing if you want to. A popular option is skull and crossbones. This is often a popular choice, but it implies death and poison. Since the change of thought on pirates, who commonly used this image, the skull and crossbones has gotten a more romantic image as of late. Another option is a serpent and skull, which has a more dastardly appearance to it. When choosing a skull tattoo design, consider color, size, and specific meaning. You can add a skull to other tattoo designs for a better effect, or make them as simple as you would like. Talk to your tattoo artist about the wealth of options available to you. Tattoo designs, especially for women. Although many women getting tattoos today are choosing ones that can also be worn by men, many others are still interested in the feminine varieties that are clearly made just for the ladies. That may be partly from fact that many people, women included, still do not care to see women with tattoo designs on their bodies. Thus, choosing something that is very feminine will help you appease those who are still uneasy about seeing women with tattoos. Certain you do not have to please anyone but yourself, but it helps at least in the corporate world if you avoid doing things that are unacceptable to even a few people. What do many see as feminine tattoo designs? We tend to look at things such as flowers, hearts, and carousel designs as feminine, although that does not mean one will not see a man with a rose and the name of his wife or girlfriend inscribed within it. However, women seem to be more partial to floral tattoo designs than men who prefer the wild and zany things like dragons, snakes, and other creatures. If you are looking for something that will neither offend nor cause conflict in your job, it is a good idea to stay with small, feminine, dainty tattoo designs that you can easily hide underneath your clothing. If you are looking for tattoo designs made just for women, do not think you will have a very limited selection, because most tattoo parlors have many different tattoo designs, including many of the feminine variety. There is no need to sacrifice style for variety, because you will find a large selection of tattoo designs, if not made specifically for women, are ones that are acceptable for women and small enough for a professional woman to hide under clothing. Women are in a much more vulnerable position because of the clothing they wear and must be more careful of the type of tattoo designs they choose. It would look rather unprofessional for a female manager to walk into her office or a meeting with a huge tattoo of a scorpion or snake on her forearm. Since society, for the most part, is not yet ready to accept women wearing tattoo designs of any kind, make sure you choose something small and feminine that you can hide under clothing at the appropriate time. Do not make the mistake of thinking a tattoo looks nice worn along with nicely tailored feminine dress with short sleeves. Tattoo designs online. Tattoo designs are available on the web. Many of today's top designers do provide a wide range of their designs on the web so that others can see what they can do. For those who are looking for a tattoo, it is important to be careful about online designs. It is just as important to be careful about downloading and using these designs without permission from the artist. Both the individual getting the tattoo and the individual doing the tattoo can be legally responsible for such actions. Finding tattoo designs online is quite a good way to get ideas, though. Locating images. To find images and designs online, just use any search engine. There are many of them available on the web, though they are not always going to show you the best available. For example, if you want something unique, dig deeper into the search engine results to find unique pictures others have yet to see. Many tattoo artists do place some of their designs on their websites. This is perhaps the best way to get ideas. Remember not to copy any design yourself without having written permission from the artist first. There are other resources available online for finding images. You may wish to search photo websites. These are locations where you can download images for a small fee. You will need to contact the website to find out if using the design or image for a tattoo image is within their permissions provided to you. Most of the time, this is a simple process of just reading the terms of use on the picture you download. Play it safe. If you are unsure that a tattoo artist for your next tattoo can use the image, bring the picture to the artist and let them give you some alternative options that may be similar. Many times, they can improve on the image or design or personalize it enough to make it truly unique and no longer a copyright infringement. It does take some time to go through this process, but it is well worth the process. Tattoo designs are readily available online. Be careful using them without permission. Do use them to help you to get some great ideas and to get your design process started. Many times, a tattoo artist will be happy to provide these designs for you if you have gone through this process correctly. Tips for designing tattoos for clients. Every tattoo artist is passionate about his or her tattoo designs. Most of the time, the client is just as excited and interested in getting just the right decision. Other times, you may feel that the client just cannot make a decision about the tattoo's final design. When someone walks into your shop and requests a tattoo, there are several things to do to make sure the process goes as smoothly as it is possible. You can ensure that the tattoo design will be just what they want and still is something that you, yourself, are proud. To help you, consider these tips when designing tattoos for clients. For every new tattoo artist, they can make working with client designs easier to do. #1. Allow them to bring in images. One thing that many websites are encouraging and that many individuals are doing more often is bringing in clip art, images, or even photos from the web to their tattoo artists. Some artists do not like this thought. This can be beneficial to you, though. Allowing them to bring in an image gives them the ability to put the wheels into motion. You know what they want. #2. Designing mock-ups is essential. Many tattoo artists will have tattoo designs on their walls, displaying option for the client to choose. This is a great way to skip the design mock-ups for a client, but only if they go specifically with what you offer. If the color scheme is off or it will change, be sure to do a mock-up. This eliminates many of the problems. #3. Offer advice. Some tattoo artists will take the information, pictures, and ideas from a client and just get to the process of getting the design on the body. Instead, offer advice. As an expert, you know what the look will look like on the body. You know the importance of the design's size and body location will due to the tattoo. Give them advice so that when they leave your establishment, the finished results are right on what they expect. Designing tattoos for clients is a process that can take some time to master. Yet, it is one of the most rewarding processes to know that you created something unique and special for someone. The process takes patience and an understanding of people. The most successful artists have this. Tips for tattoo design making. To a professional tattoo artist, a tattoo is not just another piece of art that you will never see again. It is one of the best ways to market your business. The quality of the actual tattoo is important, but what really defines the way others see the tattoo is in the actual quality of the tattoo's design. The better you do with the design of the tattoo, the better the tattoo will serve for your business as a marketing tool. Keep in mind that many people will see the tattoo, and many will ask the individual where they got it. Avoid a common mistake: not putting enough time and energy into the design process. Instead, let your quality design sell your services to others. How can you ensure that the tattoo design you do is well worth this type of attention? There are a few tips you can use to make sure that this happens. #1. Make sure your tattoo design does not interfere with any corporate logos. Doing so will limit your scope, and it may even just fail to meet the goal of the individual unless it is a unique corporate logo. Instead, be sure to look for items that are more representative of you. #2. Know what the crowd wants in size. If someone walks into your tattoo parlor and all they can find are larger sized tattoos, you will throw off the woman buyers since most do not like this type of tattoo design. Instead, offer a variety of sizes, including those that are no larger than 2.5 inches. #3. Monitor fine details carefully. Many tattoo artists want to display their designs, and they think by adding a lot of fine detail, they can accomplish this. The problem is, skin is uneven and not always going to look good if it is full of small details, especially over time. It is always important to talk to and work with your customer to get the right design for them. Ultimately, the quality is what counts here. You want to ensure that the tattoo's design is going to look good in the end. Does the tattoo really look great? Does it stand up to what you would expect it to? If not, consider tweaking it or working with the customer to offer an even better design. You will both appreciate the extra time that goes into the tattoo design process. Tips for working with a tattoo artist for your design. As you begin your journey to get a tattoo, You may be very excited and overwhelmed, too. What design will you choose? And will it be the best choice to last you a lifetime? Many people rely on their tattoo artist to help them to make these decisions. They want the input and guidance from a professional who is able to create a look that is just for them. The problem is there are many ways that you can make the job of a tattoo artist more difficult than it has to be. If you are going in for a consultation or just to meet with a design artist for the first time, there are several things to keep in mind. 1. Invest in patience. Most tattoo artists will need some time to help you with creating the design, up to a week or more in some cases. If you want something customized for you that is already available through the artist, this may not take as long. Still, you will need patience to get the best result. 2. Be as descriptive as you can from the start. This is a big problem that many tattoo artists deal with on a daily basis. They need you to tell them as much as possible from the start, since they really have no idea what you want and need. Provide them with colors, contour, style, and anything else that can help them with the design process. 3. Value their time. Working with a professional tattoo artist means you are working with them. This is their time, and you will have to pay for it. To make the most of this time, ask questions and make key decisions. Then, stick with the decisions you have made. 4. Listen to input. Since the tattoo artist has experience in the design process, be sure to listen to their input about the design of the tattoo. For example, if they believe a smaller size will be a better choice for the area, consider it. When you take the time to work with a tattoo artist like this, you help them to give you just what you want. At the same time, you are ensuring that your tattoo design goes well for the artist. They are more inclined to give you information and help you if you are respectful of them and their talent. It can make a big difference. Tribute tattoo designs. Tribute tattoo designs have a specific goal. They hold a special place on your body for someone that you have loved and lost. Perhaps you lost a brother in the war. You may have lost a friend to drunk driving or gang violence. Regardless of who has died, they are important to you, and you want to give them a significant piece of you. Quite literally. To accomplish this goal, find a tattoo parlor that you trust and really have a heart-to-heart about the tattoo you would like for them to design for you. There are several things to keep in mind during this process. Religious meaning. Many individuals turn to tattoo designs that have a religious flair to them for this particular type of tattoo design. There are several options available to you. You may wish to consider hands folded together, praying with a rosary over the top. Consider a special saint, someone that has specific importance to you or to the individual you have lost. Many people choose a cross-themed tattoo for this type of tattoo design, since it can easily be symbolic of the future. Religious tattoos can often be designed for you specific to your needs and ideas. 2. Special meaningful designs. Sometimes, it is best to choose a tattoo design that is particularly symbolic of the individual you wish to pay tribute. For example, a tattoo design for someone that has a love for wolves may be a wolf head or silhouette. You may want to consider an Army or Navy logo if the individual served in the Army or Navy and was passionate about it. Firefighters, police officers, and other such professions can be immortalized in this way, too. One thing to be cautious about is the type of death they had. For example, if a soldier wants to remember his fallen Army friend, keep in mind that an Army-related logo may bring up memories of the events witnessed there, which could be emotionally difficult for anyone. Tribute tattoo designs are by no means limited to these items. Be creative. Choose a design that fits the individual while still being true to you and your beliefs. The tattoo artist can then add to it, such as placing a sash or other banner over the top of the tattoo, or in the corner to provide you a more specific way to remember them.